Hello, and welcome back to the Coop De Villa podcast. I'm Scott Cooper, and I'm here with Noah Fisher and Tommy Lazaridis to discuss Aston Villa versus Luton Town from back on Sunday. Yep, it was a pretty straightforward win. We got the points again, 12 wins in a row at Villa Park, absolutely flying, and we will be talking about that and much more after this. Okay, so another episode of Coup de Villa. And before we get talking about the game, we just want to touch on our friend and founding member of Coop De Villa, a part of the family, Troy Eccles. He's not doing so well at the moment. I know a lot of you have been asking, about a year ago when he took leave from the podcast, where is he? What's going on? Well, we've got a little message from him. He's not traveling so well right now, and we will play that now. And here it is. Troy.
Hey, this is Troy Eccles from the Coop De Villa podcast, rocking the new scarf that I've just got from Tommy and Noah. Thanks, fellas. Join in the next show against Nottingham Forest away. I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as the Luton game, but I still predict a 2-0 win. So come and have a laugh with the boys.
Okay, so that was Troy. So drop him a line in the comments and let us know what your favorite moment from Troy on the podcast, because as we know, he's a hilarious dude. He's sorely missed in the podcast. And guys, Tommy first, what was one of your favorite moments of having Troy on the podcast? Because there were so many.
Honestly, I always watch my. I'll save Noah's. I don't want to jump and steal his, but I think it was when I did the Black Sea, when I predicted it, and just his face. You look at his reaction. He's like, "No way, no."
I know. Oh, that was fantastic when you were like Nostradamus there, like just pulling the questions out from all sides that night. In the Coup de Villa quiz. And Noah, what about you? Anything come to mind as like one of your favorite Troy moments?
There is one moment that I think is the best of the lot. It is like the cream on the top. It's when we're doing the Coop De Villa quiz, and I believe the question you asked, Scott, was how many golf balls Axel Tuanzebe could fit in his mouth or something.
That was one of the options, yeah.
It was one of the options.
How many balls in his mouth? Yeah. How many balls in his mouth was the question.
Troy had just taken a sip of coffee and just absolutely lost it. It was coming out of his nose, probably out of his eyes, and just had to leave the chair for a minute. I've never seen him like that before. And just an iconic video that I clipped up, and I still play to this day.
Yeah, that was amazing. I think it must have been one of his many Steven Gerrard rants. So I do believe there was one that went for about maybe a 10-minute period where he called him an absolute abortion and all this, and it was hilarious. He was throwing around insults and slurs left, right, and center, just like Troy does, and it was fantastic. And we all definitely agree with a lot of his opinions on Steven Gerrard, as we can now see with Unai Emery, the big change. So he was right back then, and it's a real shame he's not on anymore, but we're sending him his love during this difficult time. And so let's get on to the game, boys, because I'll start with you, but the thing I took from this game the most was all week I never thought we were going to not win. During the lineups, never thought we were going to win. During the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, halftime, it just seemed I was just the most relaxed, confident, calm, that we were going to pick up the 3 points. And there's a long time since I've thought like that again about Villa.
Yeah, definitely a long time. Well, probably since the championship days, I have to say, on that massive win streak. But I have to say, this game did have the banana skin effect to it. Like who knows what happens against Luton. I mean, they're starting to play decent football. I know we spoke quite how good they were playing last week, and then you predicted like a 6-0, I think it was, or 8-0 win.
I did 6-0, yes.
6-0,
it wasn't quite that big, but I thought it was a chance for when it was 3-0.
I know. But then Villa, we're just such a well-oiled machine at the moment, and it just seems like nothing's to get in our path. And to win 12 games in a row at home, Fortress Villa Park, I've never seen anything quite like this. Again, even in the championship days, we would still lose games at home to like QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, when we should be winning these games.
Yep.
And we're putting that to rest, and we're just winning the games we should win, and we're beating sides that, previously might not have won against.
Absolutely. I think like the 12 games in a row, Tommy, is amazing. And I just felt like Luton were never going to break that streak, were they? It was always going to be the 12th win. And we just came out so strong at the start. I think maybe after an hour, Luton still had an XG of 0.00. So tight at the back. Pau Torres, unbelievable. Probably his best game for Villa. And then we got all started with John McGinn with a well-worked free kick routine.
Yep, I'm actually just Googling as we speak because I was actually going to reference the Saarbrücken beating Bayern. So anything is possible these days, Scott. You can't take any team lightly. And I said Luton honestly, they're a team of battlers. I thought they were actually half decent. I still think they'll survive this season. But yeah, I think the commentators talking into the first half, Luton, going in 1-0 down is actually good for them. And then we just came out on fire second half. Diaby, 3 votes. I mean, I think actually Digne is leading the league with most balls into the box, not into the mouth. That's Twanzebe Noah. And we'd probably spit his coffee if I said that. I think he's leading with 10. So just everyone right now is almost leading the comp in something in the top this, top that. I think there's a photo we can probably find on Facebook somewhere. It just goes to show Villa's defense. They're all in sync, bringing the offside trap. They're like diagonal in a line. And it just goes to show how everyone's bought into this. Every player has improved. See Marino's back. We just look so good. Obviously, Contra unlucky for the goal, you bloody bastard. You cost me my 3-0 prediction. But I think Owen was the same as me. So, just we're so well oiled. There's not really much I can say. To be honest, if I'm not giving long-winded answers, it's a good thing.
Yeah, that photo, of course, is in the thumbnail, Noah, and it's been doing the rounds on social media. And I thought it just sums up Unai Emery's effect on his team so well. Every single player is in a line. They're all pushing off at the same time, and you've got the Luton player there offside. And yeah, it's just such a it gives you such a calming feeling knowing that we've got this guy in charge. He's taking, the team, and he's got us organized to win these games, and we are winning them.
100%. I mean, as you said, like you went to the game, I went to the game not expecting to lose. And it's not very common that's the case. But when you have this mastermind magician in charge of your football club, and I said it time and time again, he hasn't brought that many players into the club. He's improved players that were there, which I think is harder to do. I mean, it's easy enough for managers to go spend 200 million on players. I mean, look at Chelsea. They spent $1 billion. It hasn't worked there. You have
look
to
at Man United.
Got,
look at the struggles they're having. That just shows that, if you've got a quality coach, you can get a team that's maybe not as talented and turn them into a great team. Yeah, continue.
Exactly. Sorry. It just proves it. I mean, he turned down the Newcastle job and all this kind of stuff, and apparently that was a big decision he was going to regret. And I know they're playing Champions League, we're also playing Conference League, so it's not like we're playing less football than them. And we're high on the Premier League table at the moment, and 5 points clear of them at the moment, which is incredible.
We're closer to Tottenham in first than we are Newcastle in sixth. Yeah, so that's incredible.
And you know who deserves a lot of credit for this? I think Sawiris and Edens. They said this was our man. They went and blew big on him. And I mean, we all wanted other coaches, but turns out it was the right appointment. He's so great. And there's a lot of praise going for his assistant, Ayak, whatever his name is. It starts with an A. A lot of praise going around for the assistant as well. So I think Unai's got a good team around him. And I think they're all brought in together, right? They're all these little contingency of Spaniards and whatever they are, Hispanics, and I think that's what you want. They're just their little group at Villa doing their thing. It's almost like they're isolated from the rest of the club because they are Hispanic, and just that little group of them. And he's working wonders. The guy's just a magician. We talk about changing in-game tactics. He made the subs at the right time in the game. And, we just looked awesome. We really look good. And again, just a nice 3 points strolling into Forest away. And I know we'll touch on predictions later, but I think we are just flying at the moment. Diaby is worth every penny. And
maybe the signing of the season in the whole Premier League.
I honestly see now what Emery see. I now believe what Emery sees in Bailey. When about a month and a half ago, they were saying we want to give Bailey recontract him to an extended deal, and people are like, he's improvement. And then honestly, I see what Emery's seeing in him. So he almost looks like a brand new player. He's looking
Bailey scored. I got a stat for you. Bailey actually has the highest goals per minute in Villa, and only second to Haaland, I think, in the Premier League. So he's banging in a goal every 90 minutes.
And he came with big reps, Scott. He came with big reps, Scott, right? Like Bailey was not a cheap signing. My little brother who's a FIFA junkie is like, how did you guys sign Bailey? The guy's rapid and a weapon, and he had a pretty good debut, and then he's been plagued with injury, and changing coaches doesn't help in and out of the squad. I think we're really starting to see the best of him now. And
he scored, of course, at Alkmaar as well. We haven't touched on that game, but that was another fine performance, 4-1 away in Holland. And I thought he was man of the match, Noah, in that game. And he scored with his right foot and away from Villa Park. He normally only scores at Villa Park, so that's great to see.
It's great to see, but he still gets to score a Premier League goal away from home. He loves a European goal and a Carabao Cup goal away from home. But as Tommy was saying, it sounds like we are going to re-sign him, and I'm absolutely all for it. I think he just understands his role right now. Like, he's not going to play every game, but having someone like Leon Bailey off the bench is just an absolute, it's something I can't quite believe, going back 3 or 4 seasons when, we had El Mohammadi coming on at right wing off the bench. No offense to Elmo, I do love Elmo, but just the changing class.
Ambassador for the club.
I did meet him in Brisbane, Elmo. He was crossing the street. Nice to take a photo of me, which was good.
Yeah, it's a great guy. Great guy.
It just proves how far we've come. And why not sign him up? Why not? I think I'm all for it, and we've just come a long way.
And he accepts Emery, his role. Yeah, and Emery loves that sort of player, that pacey winger. He's used them at his other clubs. He had Chukwuemezi, I think it was, at Villarreal. He had these kind of guys. The guy that's at Everton now.
There was that young kid at Villarreal we're looking to sign.
Dan
He's
Juma.
20.
Dan Juma.
No, not Dan Juma. It was another young kid, little young rapid kid.
No, Dan Juma was the one that at Villarreal.
But he was the pace merchant that Unai Emery likes to use. And we've got 2 now in Diaby and Bailey. And I'm going to put this question to you, because I think this is maybe the biggest question, Tommy, is does Bailey come in for Zaniolo, perhaps? Because Zaniolo, I thought he played quite well. There was that brilliant chance that he had where Ollie flicked it up to him. I love that from Ollie.
He should have scored it. He went to finesse it. And again, right, credit to Ollie, more of a team play now, celebrating, getting him, celebrating other success. Team success is better than individual success. And Ollie will get his goals. Don't get me wrong, they'll come. I still think Zaniolo will start. I think he's done a lot of good things, Scott. I think he probably could have been up a goal, had a goal or 2 in him. I think it's coming. And I think while we've got a good run of some games, I think Emery will start Zaniolo until he needs to start Bailey. And I think because Bailey accepts his role, I think you can probably use that to your advantage right now, as opposed to causing, I think, potential friction. I really think Zaniolo's still got a lot, a lot of fans seem to be rallying behind him, not just myself. I still think he's got a lot to offer the team. I think he's about to break out.
Yeah, no, I can see that. He's definitely a confident guy. He puts defenders under pressure. He backs them up. He's got a lot of skill. You can see that. And he probably just needs a goal, Noah, to,
Sorry, continue. I was going to say not just Zaniolo, but I think Tielemans in the false 9 is a dangerous position right now, right? So he looks really good against Alkmaar. Really good. Scoring as well. And you hear all the rumors and that. You see him scoring, just so happy and smiling, and others are scoring, and he's happy for them. So I really don't believe the paper talk. I think he knows his role. I think he wants to start like everyone else, but you're going to have to fight for your position.
Yeah, and he understands the team's playing well. Douglas Luiz and Kamara are playing well. It was interesting to see Kamara start in a back 3 in this match. It was, we changed it at halftime, and I think we actually started to play better then, Noah. When Kamara went into the midfield, we went to 4 at the back. But we very often when we play another side that plays 3 at the back, Unai Emery seems to go to 3 at the back and sort of match them up early on, because maybe it's a sort of a philosophy of, well, we don't want to give away too much too early. Well, let's see how the game goes and then, change it later. But how did you see that with Kamara playing in that back 3?
I mean, I think Kamara could play anywhere on the field, to be honest. He has the capability to play, besides goal, I'd say, anywhere, because he's just so calm on the ball.
Yeah.
And he kind of works well as a centre-back, and I think he is perfect as a DM, but it just proves how, just how good he can be and, how reliable he can be no matter where he plays. And I think having someone like him, if you get a red card, for example, he can drop back instead of subbing someone off, have Kamara, and then he can roll through the midfield as well. And It's something I don't think I've actually seen at Aston Villa before, is having a player that can start at centre back or start at midfield, play centre back, and then roll back into the midfield when needed, especially during a game. Like, I've never seen a manager like Unai Emery that can just adjust things and players understand what's happening during the game. Like, I remember it was under Dean Smith. I remember Tyra Mings getting a letter run out to him because something wasn't working, and then just chucking the letter on the ground for freaking Southampton players to pick up or something. Like, it was just absolute shambles. And now these players really have a big understanding of what's going on.
Yeah,
he's got nothing for respect. And Kamara's, it's just him. He's Booba Kamara.
He's having a great season, and just like everyone, Tommy. I think Matty Cash again was fantastic. He gets forward so well these days, and he's got end product, and he's sometimes he pushes right up on that right hand side, and I heard a lot of people say before we got Emery that he was quite a defensive manager, and I'm not seeing that at all with the top goal scorers in the league. This is great to watch.
Yeah. Being defensive versus being well set up defensively are two different things. Right?
Yes.
And I think that's what we are. We're well set up defensively, but I don't think we're a defensive team. I mean, Sean Dyche's Burnley were a defensive side, fielding 5 in the back every week and still conceding 3 or 4. Yeah. So, no, I don't think we're defensive at all. I think we play exciting football. I think, he can turn defense into offense pretty quick. And, I think we're far from defensive. We're almost well oiled. I'm not saying we're going for the league, but we are good in every position right now. And I mean, we're going to touch on Mr. Golden Glove himself, Emi Martinez.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it now. It's perfect time. Emi Martinez, of course, went to the Ballon d'Or and got the Lev Yashin trophy for best goalkeeper. I think it's well deserved. He's had a great 12 months. If you think about it, not just winning the World Cup with Argentina, but since then he's gone 8 or 9 games for Argentina without conceding a goal. His last goal he conceded was the World Cup final. And for Villa, he's been one of not just a great player, but a leader. And, a lot of people are saying, Courtois is better or Alisson's better. Or there's been a lot of sort of talk that maybe he didn't deserve it. But, if Messi is going to win for best outfield player, then Martinez definitely deserves it for best goalkeeper.
100%. And I just sent you guys a photo or something, which it's when against Brighton that Bernd Leno got injured and won Emiliano Martinez, backup goalkeeper, got subbed on, and then someone put on Twitter, this singular event changed the whole footballing timeline. You got to think, if he hadn't come on that day and played the rest of that lockdown season, who knows what would have happened? I don't think Villa would have bought him.
I think it was Neil Maupay.
It was Neil Maupay
that injured Leno. So maybe we should, give Neil Maupay a statue.
Thanks, Neil.
But yeah,
speaking of Arsenal, I can name at least 5 people on my Facebook. You salty fucking pricks. You sold him. All the Arsenal fans saying, good string of 7 games. I said, you sold him, right? And on top of that, you've got fucking Bournemouth's keeper, what's his name, Ramsdale. So let's be real.
Yeah,
right?
They've got 2 goalkeepers, and neither of them are as good as Martinez.
Yeah, no. Let's take World Cup brilliance out of this, right? Now, you can look at the goalkeeper, and what I say is look at the 4 players in front of them. Emery had dog shit, right? And Emery's turned shit into gold.
Yep.
And you look at who Courtois got, who Alisson's got, who Onana had, right? He was in the running for it, right? At Inter, whatever. So you look at all their defenses and the price tags. You look at who we have and what we've spent. And, and then you look at the clean sheets Emery keeps, because he's the last line of defense and he's probably tested the most out of all of these good goalkeepers.
And you got to just love his attitude. His attitude is, he's like, I could go and play for another Champions League team, but I want to be in the Champions League with Villa.
And win it.
That's a mindset. That is a mindset of a keeper you want at your club, right? Someone that wants to help you build success.
Big time.
He knows that Dean Smith and the club did a lot for him to win that World Cup and win this individual trophy. I mean, I'm not a big individual trophy guy in football, but it's great to see him get this because he deserves it 100%, and he just makes our club so much more. Well, he makes the team so much more stronger. He gives us a sort of an international presence, And if you look at Argentina as well, what he did, they were a poor side before he got in. When he got in, they won the Copa America. He saved the penalties in the semi-final in that game famously. And then the World Cup, I mean, he makes that save against, I think it was Colomwani, right at the end. And France would have won the World Cup if he didn't do that. So he certainly played his part. And well done, Amy Martinez. And let's hope you can win some individual trophies and some team trophies for Villa. You know, that's what we all want.
We love you. And we love you, and we want a 150 million release clause in your contract. Thanks.
I don't want any release clause. I don't want any release clause.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah, I want to keep clause. A buyback. Yeah. We can buy him back a month after we sell him.
I say, tell your mate Messi to come over, for a few weeks on loan while the MLS season is off.
Send him a text. Send him a text.
I wish.
No.
Or maybe some of your other mates, like I don't know, Lautaro Martinez or someone like that, maybe, or. There's quite a few.
I don't want to jump back into the Arsenal shitwagon, but I've seen a rumor going around them looking at Watkins in Jan.
He just re-signed.
I know he's an Arsenal fan.
It's all cap. He just re-signed.
Yeah, it's all cap.
He just re-signed a 5-year deal.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's leaving in January. Not the way we're going. Like they could, they could win a trophy. We're in the Conference League and. Who knows? Even better, maybe something even better. We could finish top 4, and who knows? Like we're only 4 points off top, so
it's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
It is
ridiculous.
There you go. I don't want to jump straight in the fans, but we love all our fans at Coop De Villa. 2 in particular, obviously my fave 2. Scottie UK, I am back. Scottie, Tommy the legend has returned, and second of all, Muhammad Adam, good to see you. Assalamu alaikum. Assuming you're Islamic. If you're not, that's awkward. And we're glad your little one has recovered from COVID. He said he's been out of action.
Instagram, Tommy.
Huh?
Chuck Muhammad Adam a follow on Instagram, mate.
I think I've got to find him. Yeah, I've got to find him. Muhammad, give us your Instagram.
Yeah, look for Tommy. Anyway. You guys have been really great lately. We've had some great feedback, some great interactions, and keep it coming.
Roger. How do you feel about Roger?
I was about to say I'm going through the comments. I think Roger actually gave us a pretty good suggestion recently.
He did. He gave us a very good suggestion.
Roger's always full of good suggestions. Who we got? We've got Roger. You should consider adding on from Villa Tour to the description of the video or thumbnail in future, as fans of that podcast will know he's on your show. Roger, great suggestion. One of many. We'll be on it.
I've taken note for that one for sure.
We've got Jeffrey Cooper. Is that Papa Coops?
That is my Faja.
Jeff, yes. Big Jeff, just sending Jeff some love. Paul Cox, we love Cox.
We love Cox.
So guys, another great show. And it was great. Actually, it was great to have Owen on last week. Silly business. Bonnie, we know it's you. No need to use your
sometimes she uses both.
Cheers.
Graham Harahan, they're spelled similar. Top pods. He seems to be a new one. So Graham, welcome all the commentary. Keep it coming.
Welcome to the team.
Who's Weepif? Wepif?
I don't know.
Don't know who that he or she or they, whatever they want to identify as.
Yeah.
They got 8 likes. Finally beat West Ham. Always been a bogey team for us in the past. Onwards and upwards. UTV. Welcome, Wepif.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
Scottie UK, last but not least. Sorry, go on.
No, it's all right. Well, let's finish off with the Luton match, Noah, because we should definitely talk about Moussa Diaby, because fantastic second goal, and he scores the third as well. It goes down as an own goal, but it was probably still going in. Great ball by Boubacar Kamara for that one, but the second one I really loved, not just the Digne cross, but Leon Bailey getting up for the knockback. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know he had that in his locker. That was great.
Yeah, and that's Diaby's first Premier League goal at Villa Park. I'm not sure if that's his first goal in general at Villa Park, but
I was shocked to hear that.
I was shocked to hear it as well. But when you look back, it's quite remarkable what he scored against Newcastle away.
Just got a lot of away goals.
Yeah, love scoring away. He's a reverse Leon Bailey.
I was going to say, I don't mind Bailey scoring the home and Diaby scoring away, as long as we're still outscoring the other team, right?
Exactly.
That's the aim of the game.
But
I think Bailey got up there. I would love to see if someone can get some dimensions or something with him and the Ronaldo jump at Juve. I think, Ronaldo might have just eclipsed him, but I think Bailey got up there. I think we're not giving him enough credit.
He got up there, and I'll tell you,
for a little guy. Yeah,
I couldn't get up that high. I can't jump, but I mean that just sums up what was going on. Obviously, I think Bailey thought he might get the header on target, realised he couldn't, just put it back in a dangerous area. We've seen that time and
Teamwork,
time
mate.
again. Like, how many goals we score like that under Emery? I remember seeing Ramsey score one against Newcastle where Watkins did exactly the same thing. Just put it in the dangerous spot and have someone run onto it. Someone like Diaby's rapid and a good finisher. He's good in my ultimate team as well on FIFA. So keep it coming, Diaby, and their special card.
I think a lot of people actually transferred Diaby and Haaland out of their fantasy team,
Right.
and now they both buzzed.
Yeah.
I've had Diaby.
Yeah, I triple captained. I triple captained Watkins, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, sucked in.
I know. I took it off guard. Took it off Haaland, but it's all right. I have Diaby in my other one, so that did pretty well. But yeah, let's look forward to. No games this week for Villa, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's good just to. I mean, obviously, I would have liked to have been in the League Cup because a lot of big teams are out, and I think we would have a pretty good chance in that. With
Everton is still in. That's the annoying part.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But look, we're out of that one, and we've got a whole week to sort of get out any niggles or whatever, and get the team refreshed for Forest on Sunday. So, what are your predictions for Forest on Sunday, Noah? We'll go with you first.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick pretty similar to Troy's 2-0 prediction in the video start of the episode. And I think I was going to go 2-0, but I think the City Ground's a hard place to go. I think it's going to be 2-1.
I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1 to Villa. I think we've got the goals in us, and yeah, I think we're going to continue on our mighty way. Tommy?
I'm going to go 3-0. I know it'll be I think it'll be a 2-goal lead for us. So whether it's 2-0 or 3-0, that makes no sense. But I'm gonna go 3-0.
I was like, yeah.
No, sleep deprived Scott. But I think the extra week, I think the likes of Moreno, he's going to get some Ks in his legs now, or miles.
He's back at training, so he's now training.
That's right. That's right. What's the ETA on Buendia, Ramsey, and
Buendia and Mings are next year?
Yeah, they're gone.
Right.
They're gone. They're ACL. Right. They're gone for the.
But what about Ramsey?
JJ hasn't been spoken about much at all. It was kind of a bit of a weird one because he came out for that Brighton game and then.
What's going on with Duran? That's a bit of a
talking point.
That is a bit of a talking point because 2 games in a row, Premier League games, he hasn't even been part of the squad. But he did come on against Alkmaar in midweek. So I don't know if he. There was some talk on Twitter and stuff that saying, maybe he's fallen out with Emery, or he's, been caught out late at night or something. I don't know, some disciplinary thing. But you wouldn't have thought he would have played midweek if that was the case. So it's a bit strange, that one.
It is a bit strange. I think he'll be right. I think he'll sort whatever's going out. Obviously, he came on against Alkmaar, so it's not like he's banished from the squad, but it's just weird the 2 Premier League games he hasn't been part of the 18 at all.
Yes.
Was he on the bench for Luton? I don't remember seeing his name on the bench for Luton.
No, he wasn't on the bench. He wasn't even part of the squad.
2 Premier League games in a row that he's just been absolutely banished from the squad. Don't know much about it.
And I also want to speak about, we lost a club legend in the week, Charlie Aiken, who played 660 times for Villa. So that was very. I don't know what's going on here, but
Tommy just lost it. He made me laugh.
Okay,
he's absolutely lost it.
We lost Charlie Aiken, so that was quite sad, and they had a nice little thing at Villa Park for that.
It was very nice. It was very nice, and that's what a nice tribute up on the socials as well, because absolute club legend. How many games you say you played?
660.
That's
incredible.
You don't see many players playing that in their whole career at the moment, let alone back then when games, I guess, were limited to what they are now.
He played from 59 to 78, something like that. So he played a good 20 years just for Villa as well, and then he went to America for a season. But
so it's ridiculous. Like, well, how many did Gareth Barry play in his career? He played over 600, I think.
I'm not too sure. That's Gareth.
Yeah, you just don't see it anymore.
I think it was 400 and something, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's have a look. He played 365 for Villa. He
played
another 300 more than that.
It's a joke.
Charlie Aiken.
Mate, he's from outer space. There's a rolling joke. Noah said something. I just shit my pants in laughter. Anyway, sorry. We're good.
Okay, well, I think that's it. Before we completely lose the plot, but please let us know how you think we're going to get on against Forest. What you think about maybe bringing Bailey into the starting lineup? Would you do it? Would you leave Zaniolo? Would you?
He just needs a goal, doesn't he?
I think so. But let's get the Coop De Villa family's input on that one. Let us know also your favorite Troy moment from those OG fans from back in the day, and send him a little message in the comments, because
we'll pass it all on to him as well. We'll
pass them on. I think he still tunes in and actually watches the pod.
I believe so.
Troy, we love you, and so do all the fans.
Oh, all right, and love to all Tracy and the boys and all the family, and we will be back next week after Forest away. So until then, up the Villa. See ya.